Hey, what's up you guys? This is Rob from A Gay Guy Plays, and today on the Quick Draw we're gonna mow down masses of Grenier with the Supra. I mean, Tetra. Same thing. Whatever. Okay, so I'm just kidding. It's not exactly like the Supra, but its playstyle is quite similar. The Tetra is a laser rifle with a substantial fire rate, like the Supra, that pumps out bulletish projectiles, like the Supra, whose damage type is perfect for taking out those crusty-faced Grenier. Also, kinda like the Supra. However, it is more accurate, it suffers no wind-up time, and it has a different weapon model and reload animation. I mean, that changes everything, right? The Tetra is a Corpus-themed rifle whose blueprints are available in the market for 30,000 credits. Or, if you are a rich boy, na-na-na-na-na-na, and you've got some plat that you won't miss, you can always pick this up pre-built, slotted with a catalyst for 125 plat. Yup, that just happened. Welcome to A Gay Guy Plays. So all that awkwardness aside, the Tetra's base damage is mainly geared towards dealing puncture damage, which enjoys a bonus to pretty much all Grenier units. But when going up against the Corpus, you need to make sure you've got the magnetic elemental combo equipped, as puncture is resisted by normal shielding and suffers heavily against proto shielding. Now let's do a quick once over on the Tetra's stats versus its clan tech counterpart, the Supra. The Tetra has a lower base damage and fire rate. It also has a smaller clip, but the clip size to reload time ratio is much better. It has no wind-up time, which means that you'll be using its full fire rate straight off the bat, and makes it a lot easier to use this burst fire style in order to conserve ammo. It also has almost double the amount of accuracy than the Supra, which will help counteract its not-so-fastish projectile flight speed, and also help its poor ammo efficiency. But really, not that much. One of the issues that both the Supra and the Tetra have is a really crap ammo efficiency. While it may seem okay during normal missions, it becomes far more apparent during endless defense and survival missions. Now, here's a little behind the scenes stuff for all of you. The way I get the best feel for how a weapon is going to fare in the endgame is to take it solo into the highest level faction specific mission. Either Palace on Pluto or Nuovo on Ceres, and I just sit there for as long as I possibly can. Usually by the 30-minute mark, the flaws make themselves quite apparent. The Tetra, with no ammo mutation, began to run quite low at the 15-minute mark, while the Supra completely tapped out at the 10-minute mark, making the ammo mutation mod a must in order for this weapon to be feasible at higher levels. However, I will say that due to the crowd-clearing power of both of these weapons, I had quite a comfortable amount of oxygen and didn't have to touch a single pod until after the 5-minute mark, so I am seeing a bit of potential. But first, speaking of not touching things, let's get to the gay factor. Okay, before I get started, this may not be completely appropriate, so if you're younger, don't listen to this. Don't ruin your innocence like I did. In fact, you probably shouldn't be watching me at all, so you should probably just go. Just go now. Alright, so I was chatting with someone recently, and I'm not completely sure how we got onto this topic, but I was completely unaware that the reason that cats scream bloody murder during sex is because cat penises are barbed. Barbed. He then went on to tell me about the other fucked up animal dicks that exist in nature, and let's just say I could not cope. For all of the straight men out there, remember that movie Teeth? You know, vagina dentata? Yeah, that conversation was my version of Teeth. And every time I look at the Tetra, all I can think of is cat dick. And see, this is why oral sex is so important. You need to make sure whatever's going on down there isn't going to kill you and will not come back to haunt you as a warframe weapon. Anyway, this just went into a very twisted place. Let's get back to the safety of the Quick Draw. So I'm going to jump out on a limb here. Although the Tetra will require a substantial amount of forma to bring into the endgame, I can definitely see the potential for it to be a great crowd-clearing weapon. The biggest hurdle for me is definitely balancing its damage, fire rate, and its ammo efficiency. But with mods like ammo mutation to keep it fueled, and shred to increase its fire rate as well as each bullet's effectiveness, I've got a strong feeling that the Tetra has the potential to snowball into a serious powerhouse. Thank you all for watching another episode of The Quick Draw, and I'm so very sorry about the whole cat dick thing, but you know what? It really needed to be said. Don't forget to do the thing that I ask you to do at the end of every video, and if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe for more incredibly awkward content here at A Gay Guy Plays. Look at you. You know exactly what you look like. Thank God my cat is neutered. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to sleep.